From Colorado for her line of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Administrator Roberti, is it true that PHMSA published a rule to limit the types of conditions that can be included in special permits in September of 2025?
So we revamped our special permit program.
Yeah.
One of the things we found was that the special.
Wait, I didn't ask you what you found. I asked you, is it true that you published a rule to limit the types of conditions that can be included in special permits, yes or no?
I'm not aware of that.
You don't know. Okay, well, so the bill, yeah, here it is. So, Mr. Chairman, I'd ask unanimous consent to put that rule into the record. Mr. Chairman, I'd ask unanimous consent to put the rule that PHMSA enacted in September 25 into the record. Thank you. So I guess I will educate you then that the bill that the draft bill that we're considering today, the Pipeline Safety Authorization Act, would codify this rule. That's what the whole purpose of this is. So just to let you know. Now, in the notice of proposed rulemaking, it specifically cites criticism from the Interstate Natural Gas Association of America, INGA, about PHMSA's practice of adopting numerous conditions and special permits. Is that correct?
There was a practice to add all sorts of extraneous, superfluous conditions that were intended to prevent innovation and prevent. And
so it's specific. Do you know whether it specifically cites that criticism from INGA about that practice?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay. Is it true that several of your current colleagues used to work at INGA, including your Deputy Administrator, Ben Kochman?
The Deputy Administrator did work there.
At INGA. And so would you agree with this statement? It's important to keep a strict bifurcation between regulators and their former employers so as not to create a conflict of interest?
Well, I think I would view it differently.
Okay, so you don't think that you'd have...
Mr. Kochman, like all of us previously worked at PHMSA. We went out and did other jobs.
Sure.
But in terms of discharging the duties of these positions where you're dealing with complex regulations, that knowledge and experience is important. When you come into this agency and you work for me, you adhere to the highest ethical standards, and if you don't have the safety mission at heart, then you're not on my team.
I don't disagree with that, but of course that's not the question that I asked either, is when somebody leaves the agency, don't you think that there needs to be a bifurcation between the interest that they're now representing in their current position and the previous position that they held at the agency?
Yes, and there are
Thank
all.
you. Okay, that's all I was trying to ask you.
But there are also ethical requirements.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
it's done by career officials.
Great. Okay,
You
so
wouldn't get away with doing anything unethical in the government.
I
Trust me.
guess that's why we were concerned and dismayed that Deputy Administrator, is it Kochman?
Kochman, yes.
That Deputy Administrator Kochman recently published an advance notice of proposed rulemaking to get feedback on how to cut back repair requirements, in which he cited comments provided from INGA, which he himself authored while serving as INGA's Director of Pipeline Safety Policy. And I liken that to if I put a suggestion box outside my congressional office and stuffed it full of comment cards that I had written out. It looks like I'm interested in constructive feedback, but I don't have to institute any of the changes I didn't already plan on making. That's the way I see it. So I just want to ask you, do you see a deputy administrator citing his own comments previously made as a conflict of interest?
If there were a conflict of interest, it would not have happened. We are very careful.
But if the deputy administrator cited his own comments as a reason for his decision. Don't you think that's a conflict of interest?
The body of the document is worked up by career officials. It gets signed off on by, if it's signed off by a non-career official, everyone
I know
comments
you
on
don't
these
want to
regula-
answer this question, but I appreciate you trying to.
That would mean
do
that
it.
no one who had any engagement in the real world of pipelines could ever work in this.
No, what it would mean is they can't base their decisions on the comments that they, on the very comments that they made. I yield back.
Thank you.